Right, folks, so leis an ceanse ar Hurlamaboc be mé ag dul tríd cumnótaí tá chu le chéile agam sa don scéal agus tá freigra samplach agam cumá. So leis an leanana seo churméid na óthracail is táhachttaí ón scéal le chéile in mar thúm, right? So na rudí is táhacht is the most important keywords agus na gné is táhachttaí cumá, the most important aspects. Agus tá ancoidín sin le úsáid agah. So modus an céad ceann atá gin sin ar Hurlamaboc nó commotion, tá sin banteach leis an scéal a hain, beidir gur raibh, I suppose, Hurlamaboc sa teach margheall go raibh snig go mór leis an gcóisirt. Maybe there was commotion in the house because they were very much looking forward to the party. So tanú leis, so bhí lisin ag tanú go mór leis an gcóisirt. So lisin was very much looking forward to the party. Olbhín. So ba rinne olbhínach I lisin agus fear céile. So they're both ambitious. So on road turns into the freezer, so lean sheet on road to Libya, so they filled the freezer with food. Furfa or furfucked. Okay, so cap lishin gur dinne furfa I. Okay, agus dunya really tá Eva furfa ig chocht wehi. Okay, so there's kind of a perfect image coming from her, or shin says Eva image. That's kind of an image that we see. So sprage. Okay, so cap lishin gur she sprage clown tamar fad, so she thought that she was motivating her family the whole time. Inestihe, so vi anchud argit inestihe ag Paul. Okay, so Paul had a lot of money invested. Isocht. So isocht an sin, so vi anchud dinne chihi viaku isocht do Ruini Eller or fod na Horpa, so a lot of their houses were rented around Europe. Fuine Stuur, okay, so vi gatan sa clan fui Stuur Lishin. Okay, so or Fuine Stuur, so everyone in the family was under her guidance. So to banticle san scéal shot Marial an Gran, agus an chuirsís a dhéanaan an fille an Geart there, agus an Sailtalka. Okay, so there's satire to be seen regarding the humor in the story, and also the way that the author describes the family and the series of events that unfold. So Gaelgorach, so Shin Banchak le ne Vic, okay, so with the sons. Maltach, okay, so enticing or deceitful. So it's written in Roger than a Maltaki Lishin, so we can say that she is enticing or deceitful, and it's the way that she manipulates or deals with other people. Look and Ramish, okay, so the wealthier people, so the Shin Banchak and Nadini scale, okay, so that's to do with the people in the story themselves. And Love and Uchter. So really, vi listening and Love and Uchter are all and Kudus mode and the scale. So she wanted to have the upper hand of everyone else within the story. Ryan Tiger Kelty, so Shin an Trevshe a Horland scale show really. So that's the time period in which this story takes place, or that it happened. Overkiss, okay, so Shin Bantikle Lishin and Clan, okay, so they're very materialistic. Shunintuk. So tá an focail banteach le daoine, I suppose atá grá acu ar tá banteach le like daoine le tá ordnósach nó buig lántaach. Okay, so it's a word really that is used in Ireland regarding people who adhere to snobbery. Okay, so love of the upper class and that kind of thing. Right, and keeping that so over a pride, okay, broad ceanada. So bhí lishin brodú to scale seo. Lergas and insight, so foimid Lergas insight sale a bhí glansha, so we get an insight in the type of life this family had. Nosna, okay, so foimid, I suppose Lergas come out and the size nosna a bhí glansha. We also get an insight in the notions the family had. Module argid agus rudiela. Ovale, okay, the Shin Banchak lesh on kosher hain regarding the story, so everything had to be exaggerated. And Kun Agantoch. Okay, so narrow-mindedness really, the Shin Banchak lesh glan, okay, so Naturmi agus mion agus gafar dela viyaku besides Kun Agantoch Banchak lesh. So regarding their attitude and their outlook on life, there was narrow-mindedness really involved with it. On Ur scale, so it's Ur scale show. Dúchlán I suppose gur dúchlán ag na mic sa scéal seo mar dheall ar water. And so these sons probably had challenges due to their mother. Droch Junker sin bant lisin oríis agus an chuí atáí ar na daoine eile sa chlán. Tíarnúil a rís lisin mi honne, okay, so the sons masúil rialach associated a rís bant le ascan na fuinteoge. Sucky, so on sucky in a will shield sa scéal, so the society in which they are in the story. Breathnach, so an cuí a ra lisin leis an móthar ar an móthar nach ra sásta, I suppose, glacu and rialach associated ar an móthar. So regarding the other mother who on the road who wasn't happy to accept the social rules. Il dánach, okay, agrathe, so rís modula lisin. Glick, okay, clever slice, so cap lisin girls glick. Clúr, so bhís the clúr an chóisir. Sever, okay, so an cláncho sever. An chóisir a hain, so bhís the clúrú an pósan or leis an chóisir. Den scoch, lagmisnach, so cur an móthar or cur lisin lagmisnach rún. Right, so it's lector a pole agrachty, so to lisin banchach le ancuid agrachty. Féidrachty, nervy pole níoga honnic lisin na féidrachty. I suppose go she den an go she an linu mach really, she the possibility that she could fulfill with pole. Smidju, okay, so cha ancud in ra ar an móthar smidju an tamar fad na luchane, so na luchane tá ag na cline sa scéal seo, bu ag lantach a rís an daoine le sa scéal. Breigach, okay, so den focus in banchach lisin really an chuí go ligan si arthaí gur duna furfaí, get that she lets on, she's perfect in áire. I suppose go bhfuil an clán cinál in breigach mar gheall nach bhfuil gachfud furfa. So the family is kind of false in the way that they're not actually that perfect. So talent, so Kevin chuladan is scale go bhfuil an chud talent ag lisin. And Kaijon, so Ern Mohor vi should giri and Kaijon a so they wanted to keep the standard really. Letloch, a Rish, I suppose, in the character league. Said Edevan, so Rish in the character league, Edem Nacht. Broad, Grant, Jarka, so Jarka, Igta, Igakton scale. On Iron. So an Iron really, an Oscushin le fecal, no. An Krieg would she banchach le agrachti of scroopy. Jonacha really a hugan agad that ní bocht discovered ach ag nám céine an chuí chachan sí le daoine eile agus go mean she chahu nústar who's from the machine. So the way that she treats other people, I suppose, who are less than her, even though that she is involved with, you know, charities and other groups like that who give money to poor people. Sutlach or subtle, right? The Nikki to sutlach, okay, arrogance, really in clan reach, ig maga. So our numlan ton tudor ig maga or expokwas on glan to scale show. Gneha, the jagger and brew, so crunchy brew or nadini sa clan. Droch hadriv, okay, idri hain, a mock milche, so nadini sa clan milche. The spontus, so we get a showing of, I suppose, Severus agus lehead. Umper, so an cuí chaú le daine, so your behaviour. Chumasach, able, ovriach, so materialistic, mi vacante, nasloch, os critical. Okay, to lisin, I suppose, critical hard na daine tá chimpelarty. So read Don Cuds in the focal show feck over an gate lahnach agus just currently in rumpy Don Dini touchy bonta clove, so I put them into groups here regarding the people they're associated with, some adjectives, some specific phrases or whatever, okay? So Betu non just dul sheer over the show never touch a big Jane of Sager, Scotland. So Lishin, Paul, agus Rune. Now it's pre character Idchin or issued the run. Lishin agus Paul agus Torun Bonticle in a young character really, okay. So Nadini is tall the really so sluksha no Lishin agus Paul. Looks in cadre of Tatra. Lantoy. So noti scrivi mach me hen shin. So the song gonna me treat ankud to should Hanahan, so I know that I've gone through a lot of this already, but show you the note to script Macweave agus Curher on Scotland. Right? So on Curre, so it's Slucht as Urskinu Amsterdam Jägeri a shot. Okay, so this is a piece from a novel. Shot and Kid Cobbleton as Urskinu Hurlamaboc, the highly sneak governor. So this is the first chapter out of this book. Tan scéal bunthe clan heather in Nesgart baile clé Richan Ray Antigua Celtic. Okay, so this is about a wealthy family during the Celtic Tiger in South Dublin. Tá le feicáil sa slach seo ón scéal leis an gur síos oimid glán agus na gearachtar le. So this is a piece of satire, okay, or there's satire to be seen in this piece of the story because of the description that we receive of the characters and the family. And really, I suppose, the events that occur as well. The boy galantach Severus agus status gomor contusi sa scéal seo. So snobbery, wealth and status are very much to the fore within the story. Curran túidir dearcha agus mion na glán inúil doing in Richan Slach seo. So the author puts the attitude, or sorry, the outlook and the attitude of the family into perspective for us during this piece. And theme, so the Ankud Temi le feicáil sa slach seo. Okay, so there are a lot of themes to be seen in this story. Fecamich air, boica lantach, Severus, grand, agus near Temi ella. So we see satire, we see snobbery, wealth, humour, and plenty of other themes. The boica lantach le feicáil who's good there on scéal. So snobbery is pretty much to be seen from start to finish within the story. Fecamich an boica lantach seo an grusís oimid or lishin agus said. So we see this snobbery from the description we get of Lishin and her life. Not only this, but also the way that she actually treats other people within her life. So the first book of Tasa Lishini Goni, so she always needs or wants perfection. Gahorha in a ruddy tasmacht eki arhu, especially with the things that she can control. Marhample, a sail a clan. So for example, her life and her family. During the story, she makes an effort to make sure that the party would be perfect. Captain Goftinis, Cantic will she furfa. Everyone in the area thinks she's perfect. So this is her opportunity to make sure that this, I suppose, opinion of her is solidified. Larian Shisho doing will Turmi Nagorson Tawt. This illustrates to us that the opinions of the neighbours are very much important to her. So the boy Galanto Markan Tossin or Larian Chief we water Emily Lynchy. Okay, so we can see the snobbery quite clearly when she talks about Emily Lynchy's mother. She knew certainly a grog will she ashach or Nachniran and Boher G. Okay, so we can see this by the way that she I suppose abuses or makes fun of Emily Lynchy's mother by saying that she's weird and that she isn't suited to the road. Current Sweetie Shaw and Mion Newland. So again, these thoughts put her attitude into perspective for us. Okay, and it shows us directly what kind of person she actually is. So she's still doing Gamanan and Tudor Usat as air to. So it is clear to us that the author uses satire quite effectively within the story. So Toshigiri Inchinsuing Rao and Jarka Oxamion Kane Igdini a rich Antigua Celtic. Okay, so in other words, the author is trying to tell us that, or to show us that other people had this kind of same attitude during the Celtic Tiger. So again, the notions and the values of the family are pretty much put in front of us clearly in the story. So it's not actually light to say they were actually quite snobby. So listen hain to ban Kayla Moher ban Banchi or Banchi the run agus ban Kanochi listen. So again, she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a housewife and also quite a busy woman. Needin Jassy, okay, she's not a nice woman, because Shin Soler and Gui a gahan cheat at Danielle to scale Gahorha a walk agus Moher Eminenci. So again, we can see that she's not a nice person, especially the way that she treats her own son and Eminenici's mother. It's in an ovriach or nosach e, so she's materialistic and high maintenance or snobby. Ox fecamid a shin lish or lenamion to brunum, so we see this with her attitude and her relationship ox a chadrud le fol ox an chaidan to wahi on a clan, okay, and with the standards she expects from her family. On a dini ella or more, and also the other people on the road. Tá na chósanna in é leihí mar ceapan siad go bhfuil she furfas. So the neighbours are in love with her because, or they're jealous of her, apologies, because they think she is perfect. Bana an taid seo le na clan a háilíocht a híomh agus na chathab amsir atá. So this jealousy really is to be seen regarding her family, her beauty, her image, and also the pastimes which she has. So Paul and Chin, so the Paul sásta le Lishin, post the run. Okay, so he's married to Lishin. It's Fargan O.A. agus tá sé sever. He's a businessman and he's rich. Ní bhar sé sever nuair bhfuil sé le Lishin a dús. Okay, so he was not wealthy when he met her first. Ach dahrí she is sin nuair chuir sí brewer chun a bheith leinta. Okay, but that changed when she kind of pressured him to be educated and driven. Dahrí is a héal marial or Hyunker Lissin. So his life changed because Lissin's influence on him. The seller on sluck shot go in Paul if we hush and caught the Lissin. So it's clear from this extract that he is under the thumb at Lissin. Okay, that she has him well controlled. Right, so nar tá sé bhí déanamh ceisina mar seo an litriocht, okay, so ar na scéalta scafrad, okay, seo an céadrod. So rud again the flea go for this part. So think to yourself, so Sweeney we've hain or do spora. Right? Kid in tema, consul isagin. Okay, so how do we know that? Call should affect. So where exactly is the theme to be seen? Chonskern and Tudor is in an old doing, so how does the author put it into perspective for us, or how does he or she show this to us? Okay, the character, so who are the characters? Kids in the what are their traits? Cén bant docu leis an scéal, so what link or tie do they have to the story? Agus anmhail siad ceangal leis an theme. So are the traits and description of the characters in line with the theme of the story? Okay? Agus na fráide gur féidir of úsáid lehain na freagraí seo. Just cén generalt an sin. Right, so tháinig an ceist seo Hurlamaboc an nuas an bopper gábhíl is a dóiag. Right, so seo an size ceist bhí an. Okay, so that's the kind of question that was there. So flog seo as an nuas Hurlamaboc léiríonn umper agus dearcha leis sin go leor gnéithe simúla don saoil New Hampshire. So her behaviour and outlook shows a lot of aspects of modern life. Discuss that. So an rud a bheith sibsigh díreasteach ar an sin nó really an bhuaig go lántoch tal effects scale. Okay, so the snobbery really to be seen in the story. Okay, so to glad we sail New Hampshire. Okay, so in other words, a modern life. Ní rah mór an agad acu in Éireann fadó really sin an rud. Okay, so there wasn't much money in Ireland fadó is rud New Hampshire sin. Okay, so there's a lot more wealth in the country. So an rud a bheith sibsigh chuir anúil where bhreagraí nó an bhuaig go lántoch. Okay, ag déanamh sin leis an gcuirsíos ar na ceartar agus ar na hachtaí hála sa scéal. Okay, so Lishin was Paul and clan Scotland. Okay, so you're emphasizing their snobbery with their traits, description of them, how they go about themselves, and also the events of what happened in the story. Okay, so I'm saying New Hampshire that you want le bhuaig go lántoch with snobbery. Rud nach raibh fecin éireann really. Okay, something that was never really in our culture in Ireland. So Hannach sé in an bopper a ríis ag office a shock jig. So it came up on the paper a ríis ag office a shock jig. So is ban í Lishin atá I gceannas ar a saoil féin ar a teilech ar a teach. Jane play and sin. Okay, so Lishin is a woman who is in charge of her own life, of her family, looks her teach, okay, and her house as well. Okay, discuss that. So lehain ceann to do ag díreasteach an ceann seo to do díreasteach ar Lishin I hain mar cheartar. Okay, na tréthe atá aquí I suppose cén ceangal atá aquí leis an theme scéal. What kind of tie or link does she have with themes? Agus na hachtaí a léiríonn I suppose na rudaí seo, or I suppose na theme. Right? So sail féin, so an chuige she again sort of sail féin, the way she was in charge of her own life. Okay, so how does she control it? an Shylock, so on, I suppose, on Cadre Vieki Leshan Glan, so the relationship she had with the family itself. So again, an Brew current Ardini, an Cadre Idri Hain, agus Paul, agus Rune, an Queegar Afri, she sail Paul come up, the way that she also changed Leshan's life. Or a Chach, okay, so I suppose on Comrath ar an Chach, which she perfect Scotland, agus Jen she kinchig will Gotland perfect Chach, and she makes sure that everything in the house is perfect. Agus Shin made really high line to get Shin. Fact to not lower to asking the Winchoga Kamaha, I suppose, but really an rud to she the Giri Gajirach na a sail fain an Chilach agus an Chach. So seo cúpla ceistile atá gin bunathe an scéil seo, okay, so Jane Kershis ar léir gas a bhaimid ar nuvo riché I rich an Tigr Celtic in Éireann sa slug seo. Okay, so again, give a description of the life of the upper class that we get in this piece. Again, modulation boy and boy galant regarding the snobbery Scotland. So léir an túla sail ábhart New Hampshire one night Tigr Celtic. Okay, again, the author shows us the materialistic modern life during the Celtic Tiger. Cadén téma an slugta on Urscale. So what is the theme of the specific piece? Constantly into furbiture and thema, so how does it develop? Car Jane Hershey's and Sorcila via Glishin mar later Sishkalok show. Okay, so description or an illustration of her life. Kuig Jane Hershey's are Moik Galantoch a one Lishin Gareth. Okay, so the snobbery of Lishin in the story. So adultery in Keshne. Basically an rud tá fechagum sa no rudí táchtaí right Gajir. Okay, so an téime atá effects skill. So the main theme, okay, buic lántoch air, so an Kershey soimid or an Glan Scaford. So again, the snobbery an Queegar or Nosacha iad Scaford. So the way that they are very much high maintenance is snobby. Say Lishin, say Loch and Ramish. Okay, so again, Lishin's life and the life of upper class or the more wealthier class within Ireland. On Eric's and grand scale, so again, the satire, the humour to be seen in the story. How does that come about? Some Gael it a rune a war. Okay, again, it's kind of directed back at Lishin herself and how she deals with other people in her family. But sure, even all these thought really. Okay, Erin Law to Jacker, I suppose, got catch Olam gone viewer. It's really so difficult to learn every question off by heart. But Motushvinan Rudigam mar seo Olam, say after Erin Law, like brought her on a guest, okay, that you can twist and turn these kind of things for this kind of question for the day of the exam. So, it's Shlukte Shot as Urskil Random Hurlamaboc. So this is a piece or an extract from the short story Hurlamaboc. So scale Shot find its Lergas or Hale Loch and Ramish Ray and Tigr Celtic. So during this piece or extract, we get an insight into the life of the upper class during the Celtic Tiger. General Tudor Kershis or say Lishin because a clan. So this gives us a description, okay, or the author gives us a description of the life of Lishin and her family in this piece. Okay, so snobbery is very much at the fore. The author also uses satire to put this in front of us or to show us this. Really, so the generic entry there or an introduction to the Kesh. Tá Tudor Irish na Gwibne ag iru Lishin agus fól agus na dini dá le head a current fame or Eva agus her headers. So she is mocking or basically satirizing, okay, if that even is a word. In other words, making fun of a current fame or Eva agus her headers. She's making fun of the kind of people who emphasize or put an emphasis on image and wealth. Fekmid and Vwekalanta Kohorl Lishini fame. So we see the snobbery pretty much, or especially with Lishin herself. Donagorsne to sail for Eki. So to the neighbours, they think she has a perfect life. So she tani ukstahul, she's skinny and beautiful. She's sever, she's wealthy. The clan all like Eki, she's a lovely family. Toshimar wall the Khule size club. She's a member of every sort of club. Ton Eva should talk to this image is important to her. Ukshain fall Gorau she giri gemech and closer furfa. Okay, this is the reason she wanted to make sure the party was perfect. Mar bheith Jess ag na gcósanna teach go dtíon teach agus brathnú orthu féin. They had a chance to come to the house and look at her family and the house. One will an closer furfe, the chance mark and that right turn na gcósanna fuhi. So if this is not perfect, there's a chance the neighbour's opinions of her will change. So Larryter a mion module len hivo og status galadron show. So her attitude here regarding her image and her status is very much illustrated here to us. So it's all in askel na funchoge, atá gach dina diach mar an géine shachas moher one or moher. Can lissin nuser and man shot Marielle will she jifrul on a mochra eller and moher. Okay, so she makes fun of this woman because she's different to the other mothers. Kevin lishin nach niren and boher than vancha, so she's not suited to the road. Marielle nach land she a real associate because she doesn't follow the rules. So she cosolar le glinic will break it on to her osar gornsha. So it is as clear as glass that snobbery is put in front of us here. So nuser shin neither arga the pole nor will she lishin or dusbor. A hershey brewer a vet lenta. Okay, so she pressurized him to be driven. Oxavet ulvinach ambitious. Learn she shot doing nach she sauce lishin sale of yeki. So this shows us she was not happy with her life. Oxgrau knee smoke passed away and she needed more. And Mahorm currently brewer colored than a chimpanzee, so in my opinion she pressurizes everyone around her of a perfect jirchosulay to be perfect like her. Achasler shin on major ekmitzur scale. Okay, so that is quite clear from what we see in the story. Crying and brew should chanish idri fein agus a walk agus inchinti doing kama nachwil gawkward furf in the same. Okay, so this creates tension between her and her son, and this shows us that not everything in this story is perfect. So cock for Abel go air le fecal le kudwat and half the horlin to schlucht. Mohammed go air le vrat le main perfect to scale agus k ko tawach is atá shid on a character lake to scale. The sponsory shot le gumma atá na character a mion a luchan agus an kosher as an god idr ni character lake. So again, we can see that there's satire here with the rundown we get of the families and their emphasis on image and perfection and all of that. Gone doubt to boy galantic fitty footed and structure on Urskil harm. Okay, so without a doubt, it is intertwined with the story. Learn on Tudor shot doing go hayfochtach le Kershis intach simply. This is shown to us effectively with the simple description of the characters and the life they had. Learn to lishin. Solar doing. Okay, so this is shown to us quite clearly. I have to say, Gamrahim and Tear. Okay, so I can feel the satire. And also the main theme that the author was trying to get out in front of us, or to put in front of us. August Shine an Keshkin or Alton Chin. I can't touch generic. Live.